I love downward facing dog. And in this practice, it's very dog centric, meaning it's very focused on downward facing dog as a transition pose, as a way to create a little bit more variety in your practice, and as a way to get all of the benefits, the arm strength, the leg length, the lengthening of the spine, all the many benefits that downward facing dog give you. And of course, we'll start the practice in downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, look at your hands and see if you can get even more spread to your fingers. So the foundation at your fingers, and as you look at your toes and you spread your toes, the foundation at your fingers and your toes is very secure. So from here, just get a little bit more length to the back side of the leg. Lift up on tiptoes. Now draw your heels down. Bend your knees, lift up on tiptoes again. Draw your heels down. One more time with the knees bent, the heels lifted. Get a nice lift to the sit bones. Now reach down from the heart to the pelvis, from the pelvis all the way to the heels. Step your right foot forward. Bring your back knee down. Place your hands right on top of your knee and just settle into a nice low lunge. Reach your arms up. Bend your elbows. Reach back. And again, bend your elbows and reach back. A third time, bend your elbows and reach back. Release your hands down, come back to downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, center your left foot, hook the back of your left heel with your right foot, and just give the left heel a little bit more opportunity to lengthen with the pressure of the right foot pressing the heel down. Center your right foot between your big toe and your second toe. Hook the back of the heel right at the Achilles tendon there and press down to get length. Get a nice stretch of the calf muscle. And release your left foot. Now step your left foot right between your hands. Bring your back knee down, hands to the top of the left knee, settle in. Take your arms in the cactus pose again. Reach your hands back. Bend your elbows. Reach back. Bend your elbows. Reach back. Release your hands down. Come back to downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift your right leg high. Bend your right knee. Draw your right knee in toward your chest. Come toward plank. Reach your right leg straight back. Again, bend your right knee. Draw it in. Reach back. Bend your right knee. Hug in. Reach out from flexion to extension. Release your right foot. Draw your left knee in toward your chest. Reach back out. Hug in before reaching out. Draw in. Expand out. Release your feet down. Step your right foot right between your hands. Bring your back heel down. Cartwheel your arms to come up to Virabhadrasana number 2. Keep your back leg steady and strong. See if you can drop a little bit deeper into the front leg. Reach back with the left hand, reaching for the left leg. Reach up and over with the right hand. And cartwheel your arms back to come to downward facing dog. Lift your heels high in downward facing dog and pivot so that the heels draw to the right. Lift your heels high again. Pivot so that the heels draw to your left. Lift your heels up again. Step your left foot right between your hands. Bring your back heel down. Lift your arms up. Virabhadrasana number 2. Keep a nice steadiness in the breath, in the back leg. Reach back. Take your left arm up and over. Take your arms back to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Draw your right foot just to the outer left knee. Bend your left knee as if to create a little shelf for the leg. Draw your heart toward the right shin. Now slowly start to straighten the left leg. Release your right foot down. Take your left ankle to the outer right knee. Bend your right knee. Reach your left knee away from your left ribs. Engage your left toes. Slowly come toward a straight right leg. Keep on reaching the left knee further away from the ribs. Release your foot down. Take your right knee right between your hands. Come down to your forearms and stack your hands to place your head right on the stacked hands. You can take the right knee wide to the right if that works for your knee. Just pause here in this modified pigeon pose. Come to find a nice ease in your breath. Nice softness in the facial muscles. Three more full breaths in the pose. Breathe in deep and long. Breathe in. Breathe out long. Breathe in. Breathe out long. Step back to downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands and step your feet nice and wide apart. With your feet wide apart, take your right hand somewhere to the outer left leg and bend your right elbow to get a nice stretch to the right side ribs. Release your right hand and take your left hand somewhere to the outside of the right leg. Bend your left elbow. Invite your breath to stay very full. Release your left hand down. Step yourself back to a full downward facing dog before taking your left knee forward in either this variation of pigeon or or full pigeon, or the knee to the left. Release your head down. Invite full and easeful breath. Step back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the left side of the mat so that you get this nice fullness here in the side body. Park your left heel down and open your chest nicely. Release your left hand back to the mat. Come back to downward facing dog. Step your left foot off to the right side. Come to downward facing dog. With the left foot to the right side, lift your right arm up. Release your right hand down. Take your left leg back. Come down to all fours position. In all fours position, keep your pelvis roughly right over your knees. Reach your arms forward. So in this form of the puppy dog pose. Walk your hands over to the left. Stack your right hand on top of the left. Breathe in and expand the side body. Come back to the center position. Walk your hands over to the right. Park your left hand on top of the right. Expand through the left side ribs. Inch your left fingers to the right even more. Come back to the center position and draw into child's pose. Draw your inner big toes together, the forehead down, the hands extended. Enjoy the fullness to the breath. Continue a nice easeful breath. Release your forehead to the mat. Stack your hands. Press your third eye into the stacked hands. And enjoy this time of restoration. Thank you for joining me in this dog-centric practice. Namaste.